We're at PAX Prime, Haven4GamerZ, and we're at the Riot floor. They got a whole floor, that's right. And we're here with Travis George, one of the producers on the game, the mastermind behind Volibar.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, he's got the name on the back at least. So Travis, thanks for coming out and meeting with us. Why don't you tell us about the success of this event here at PAX Prime this year?
Well, we've been really excited about the turnout so far. It's actually in the PAX program. I just saw it last night. There's a little brief about how the NA regionals, which is what we're doing here, came to be at PAX. And basically, we asked Gabe and Tycho and Robert, the guys from behind Penny Arcade, they're huge fans of the game, and they said, "Sure, why don't you take, excuse me, why don't you take a whole floor?" And we said, "Great," and that's the end of the story. But we've been really excited to see all the fans come out. You can see it already starting to fill up here, and we're still over an hour away from the next game. But the reception's been great, and ultimately we're just trying to give fans what they want. You know, every year they say we want more Riot, we want more esports. People have actually been tuning in the millions watching competitive League of Legends, and so we thought, well, why don't we start and why don't we really level up esports to where we think it should be and we think that the players deserve.
That I guess leads me into my next question. You know, for all the aspiring esport professional gamers out there aspiring to be, you know, what kind of messages do you have to them so that maybe someday they can attain their dream and make it onto the stage?
Well, one of the things we're going to do starting next year with Season 3 is we're starting our own Riot-run professional league. It'll be the highest level of competition. It's called the Championship Series. And one of the things that we're doing in that is we're actually salarying the pro players. So they'll actually have a baseline. So they'll be able to focus on just making their League of Legends play as best as it can be. And then there's still the massive upside. You know, even at the Season 2 World Finals in October, we're giving away $2 million. Yeah. So there's lots of upside, but there's not that baseline right now. So sometimes you can't focus if you're not winning. And if you're not winning, it makes it harder to focus, right? So as far as normal players, one of the other cool things that we're going to do in Season 3 is we're actually going to have the ability to move up between all the different tiers of professional play. So if you want to play professional basketball, you know how to do that. You just, now whether you can actually do that or whether you have talent and time, you know, that's the trick, but you know how to do it. You start out small, you play high school, you play college, you get drafted, you play professional, right? Sounds easier than it is. We want to create a similar system. So just playing ranked games, playing ranked teams. We're going to start inviting top ranked teams in Season 3 to compete in actual amateur tournaments, like Go for LOL, or go play in Go for LOL now. We're going to start taking top teams from that and inviting them to play in the Challenger Circuit. And then there'll actually be relegation periods between the Challenger Circuit and the Championship Series where top teams will move up and down respectively between them. So it's actually a viable path. You just have to play. You just have to play.
You guys should start a school.
Yes. No. There are far better places to learn how to play League of Legends. Great. I personally love playing and I love watching the pros play. But luckily I'm there to help make the game awesome, not be awesome at the game.
Right. Hey, just saw this. What's the youngest player that you know that's really awesome?
Well, actually, Team Dynamic, one of the North American teams that's competed here, they're all pretty young. Actually, I think most of them, if not all, are under 18. You may want to check the facts on them, but I know at least a couple of them are. And it's really awesome to see, actually, because they're really talented guys. They're really talented players. They hold their own. I mean, they were in the tournament. And I expect to see lots more from them. It's great, though, because they've actually got their family support behind them. I met a couple of their moms who actually travel with them, and they have jerseys on the back and everything.
They're managers, right?
Yeah, which is awesome, right? It's so awesome that, you know, these 16, 17-year-old kids can come out and play competitive League of Legends. Now, imagine in a couple years when they can really focus on that. Imagine how good they're going to be, and that's really awesome. And that's the kind of stuff we want to see.
I'm just waiting to see on YouTube some 6-year-old just kicking everyone's ass on.
Well, awesome. I haven't seen that yet, but we'll see.
Hey, so my last question: when is Dominion Ranked coming out?
Dominion Ranked. So we introduced Dominion last year, and I was actually overseeing that project as well. So. You know, Dominion Ranked, we've got a lot of questions about this. If you remember back to Summoner's Rift, when we released Summoner's Rift, we didn't even have ranked play for 9 months after that. And that was really because that was a great period for people to be able to learn strategies and everything in the game. We're seeing a few tournament-type events, some competitive events around Dominion pop up. And so essentially what we're going to do our commitment to you guys is that we're going to start applying more live design balance and adjustments and tweaks. You'll start seeing that before the end of the year, and we're going to try to get Dominion in shape. And if we think the player response wants competitive play on Dominion, then we're all about giving players what they want. So the first step, though, is because we've seen interest, we're going to start applying some live design tweaks and got dedicated people to be able to adjust that, make sure the balance is there, make sure it's good for competition, and if players want it, we'll work on it.
All three of us were players, and we all played Dominion. It's really fun. I mean, it's quick. It's good. You get in there, you kick some ass, you get out. It's I'm hoping for rank. That'd be awesome.
Cool. Well, I love Dominion also, and a lot of our players actually play Dominion on a pretty regular basis, actually. So it's a great change of pace. We're really happy with it, but we're going to start applying some more love to it, and we'll see what you guys think.
Okay, one more question. Any new maps? Wasn't there some kind of lava or magma map that was supposed to come out? What's going on with that?
Yes, you're probably referring to Magma Chamber.
Yes.
So actually that tails in well with Dominion, because we decided to put Magma Chamber on hold for Dominion.
Okay.
Because what we wanted to do is we didn't want to go, if you think about each of the maps that we have and the modes we have as their own sport, like this is clearly, we're talking about League of Legends as a competitive professional sport. You don't go play a game of basketball on a rectangular court and then the next time you play it on a triangular court. So we actually decided that in order to make sure that there's focus, there's no good map and bad map of the same mode, we actually wanted to create Dominion, which was an entirely different rule set. So instead of saying here's basketball 1 and basketball 2, we said, well, here's basketball and here's baseball for those of you who want to play baseball. And so that's how we look at it. The theme of Magma Chamber is really cool, and maybe we'll work on that someday. I love the theme of it. But as far as another 5v5 Summoner's Drift style competitive 3-lane classic League of Legends map, we don't have any plans for that. We want everybody to we want people to focus on the different rule sets, right? So
awesome. Well, thanks for your time there, Travis. It was really great talking to you.
Yep, pleasure. Thanks for coming by, guys. Yeah.